What's up, everybody, and welcome to Buzzworthy TV. And I'm your girl, Lady T. Did you all hear about all this mess that's going on with Peter Thomas and this assault charge? Well, if you didn't hear about it, well, guess what? I'm here to tell you. But before we get into all the mess, you all, I am going to need you all to do me a few things. Number one, of course, like the video. Number two, subscribe to my channel. And number three, drop a comment down in the comment section. Thank you all so much. And again, thank you all so much for your continued support and allowing me to reach my goal and exceed my goal at that. So I really appreciate you all. We are officially on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And so we are doing a giveaway. And the only thing you have to do to enter the giveaway is to do a couple things. Number one, subscribe to my channel so that we can get to 1,000 subscribers. And then number two, drop a comment down in the comment section, be it good or bad, so that I can know who you are and so I can select you as the winner. That's it. And then once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a video and doing the giveaway at that time. So thanks you all. It's just my way of just showing my appreciation, and let's get it. So anyway, y'all, let's get into what's been going on with Peter Thomas. Now, yesterday, I read on the neighborhood talk that Peter had got charged with assault and he was standing trial, right? Well, at that point, I hadn't seen it on any other blogs, hadn't even seen it on any other news outlets. I mean, I checked because I was going to do a video on it, but I didn't see anything. So I'm like, what's really going on? But I did a little bit more research and I found an article in a local newspaper called the Baltimore Banner. Okay, so I'm going to just give you all a brief synopsis of what the article said because it gives very good detail of how we got here today. Okay, so in the article, it virtually stated that a young woman by the name of Chanel Williams went to Peter's restaurant, Bar One in Baltimore. You know, she hadn't been there in a while. They had just came from dinner. Her friend decided to go and hang out or whatever. Now, when she got there, she said she was invited to the VIP booth, and that's where she saw Peter. Now, she said initially he gave her a hug, but he did drunkenly kind of push her onto the lounge chair with his weight. And she was like, oh yeah, he been drinking or whatever. And now her friend then went on to testify that, you know, she began to dance with Peter and say, yeah, she might be a little mad at you because you blocked my number. And so the friend testified that that possibly had been a trigger for Peter to come back to the VIP section, and which is where the incident took place. Because right after that, he comes back per Chanel Williams' testimony. He came back after, like I said, he attempted to give her a hug, and he kind of pushed her onto the lounge chair with his weight. Again, he went, danced with her friend, and then he came back, cussed her out, and kind of grabbed her neck and choked her for about 30 seconds. She said she was so frazzled and startled, she left the club, called 911 that night, and filed charges the very next day, which I am proud of her on that instance, because if it did happen, I'm proud that she didn't wait, you know, days, months, years to get justice. I mean, if he was wrong, he was wrong, and she did not wait. And I'm not mad at her for that. Okay? Now, my issue with that is, okay, her friend was like, I was just laughing and joking, talking about, you know, she mad because you blocked me, because what Miss Dunlap testified, which is her friend, Miss Dunlap testified that, hey, me and Peter, we cool. We actually went out a couple times, slept together. He gave me he gave me $2,500. So basically gave her $2,500 that they slept together. But then after the fact, I guess he blocked her. He basically said, I had a nice time. Thank you for your services. He gave her a little cash to go about her business, but he wasn't feeling her like that. But she was joking, like, yeah, because you blocked me, she might be mad at you. And I guess he was a little drunk, got a little sensitive, and marched over there and cussed her out. And according to Chanel Williams, put his hands on her and choked her up, okay? Now, if this is true, this Miss Dunlap, you messy, girl. You real messy. Because even you said you was joking and you didn't think it would trigger anything. But you sat up there and was basically the instigator talking about, yeah, she probably mad because you blocked me. Knowing that this man is drunk and he's kind of like feeling himself. If what we're saying is true, okay? We're just keeping in mind that if what everything is saying is true. You know that he's been drinking. He's a little borderline belligerent. But you gonna fuel the fire by saying, yeah, she probably mad. Knowing that if somebody's borderline belligerent, they're gonna go back over there and start talking mess. And that can go escalate to something even more. Okay? So I'm not saying what he did was right, but I just felt like her friend was instigating. Okay? So with that being said, Chanel Williams pressed charges and they had to stand trial. Didn't nobody even know all this was going on until yesterday when the trial began and the neighborhood talk basically broke the story. Okay? So after that, Peter today comes online because guess what? It was basically an open and shut case. He got found out guilty. And my boy Peter was so emotional, y'all. Let's check it out, okay? Here we go, y'all.
The verdict came back 12 out of 12 jury, not guilty. Keep on coming for me, but I tell them that I'm protected, okay? They're trying to come for me in all kind of ways, but I'm protected, all right? I don't know what it is. Now when I don't talk to y'all, because I think y'all on some BS, don't take it personal. Because it's stuff like this. I just walked out of courthouse where this whole thing, this mess that's on it's all over the blogs, right? So I just walked out of the courthouse. And the verdict came back 12 out of 12 jury, not guilty. Keep on coming for me, but I tell them that I'm protected, okay? They're trying to come for me in all kind of ways, but I'm protected, all right? I don't know what it is. Now when I don't talk to y'all, because I think y'all on some BS, don't take it personal. Because it's stuff like this. It's stuff like, I just walked out of...
Okay. So, he says he's protected. And he looks so emotional walking out of that courtroom. Now, I don't know if he was emotional because he was found innocent knowing that he didn't do anything, or because he was like, whew, a sigh of relief because he got off and got away with something. Again, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened because, again, why I don't think it's Peter's character to just go and put his hands on the female. It has been reported that Peter does like to drink, and he likes to drink a lot, and he can get a little belligerent. But again, I'm not sure if I believe that he would put his hands on a woman. Not necessarily sure about that, but hey, again, I wasn't there. Okay? And, he was just very emotional, discussing that not guilty verdict. Shout out to the Jasmine brand for capturing that post. But yeah, so he got found not guilty. But what the blogs neglected to report up until recently, shout out to the Neighborhood Talk who had the exclusive, that it was Tommy Rivera's Waka Flocka wife, or soon to be ex-wife, depending on what week it is, because we already know how they are, but that's for another video. Anyway, it was Tammy Rivera's niece who was involved. So Chanel Williams is actually Tammy Rivera's niece. So Tammy finally had something to say, because everybody had been hitting her up once it got found out that it was actually her niece that was the one who filed charges against Peter. And this is what she had to say. All right, y'all. I got this from the Neighborhood Talk, and we just about to listen to it. So here we go.
A lot of people are asking me and DMing me about the situation with my niece. I haven't spoke about it or said anything because, out of privacy for her and her respect. But anybody who knows, they know I don't play when it comes to my family. Peter knows that as well. What the moral story is, my niece didn't want me to help her. She didn't want me involved. She wanted me to help her with the lawyer or the case or anything. What it boils down to is he had Warren Brown as a lawyer. My niece had a state's attorney. That's what happened. That's all it is. He put his hands on her. He choked her. She called me outside the restaurant crying hysterically. My niece is not loud. She's not ghetto. She does not be in no mess. That's not her world. For her to even call me like that and saying that someone and everybody who was in that club saw it. He called around that next morning multiple times trying to apologize and get in contact with her. Like, you did it. Apologize and move on. A lot of people, if it gets to a point where you can't control your liquor and you don't remember what happened and you have to call around and say, oh my God, I don't remember what happened last night. What did I do? I don't remember that happening, that you're that drunk that you can't remember. That's sad. Get some help. Thank God that you had a little money to get you a good lawyer to get you off, but next time it might not go that way. It might go a whole nother way. This ain't, Miami. This ain't, Charlotte. You in Baltimore. Get some help. Because it ain't going to be a next time. So thank God you won this case. If it gets...
Woo, child. Sounds like Tammy is letting Peter know, without knowing, that he got one more time to even think about putting his hands on any one of her family members. Like she said, this ain't Miami, this ain't Charlotte, this Baltimore, you in her hood. And you know what? If that did happen, the way that Chanel testified, if that story is 100% accurate, I don't blame her for being upset. Because like Tammy said, at this point, all you had to do was just say, I'm sorry. And admit, just admit that you was wrong, apologize, and move on. You was drunk, you was belligerent, you put your hands on my niece. No, there's no excuse for that, but the least you can do is apologize and move the heck on. Don't be out here talking about, oh, I'm innocent, and this is why I don't really talk to people, and if I stop talking to everybody, then you'll know why, because of stuff like this. Now, again, I wasn't there, but if this story is true and Peter is just playing innocent, then yeah, Peter, you're wrong. But again, I wasn't there. None of us was there, but the people were involved. So I just want to know your thoughts on this situation. Do you all think that Peter was telling the truth, that he's completely innocent, that he didn't choke up the girl? Do you believe Tammy Rivera's niece that that he was drunk and he put his hands on her and choked her up? Do you believe that her friend was an instigator and instigated this whole situation, which caused this incident to get escalated? I personally do. Well, anyway, y'all, let me know down in the comment section what you all think. Until next time, peace and love.